guys, it is Carl Brown for guitarlessons365.com. We got a fun one today. We're going to learn how to play She Sells Sanctuary. That is difficult to say that 10 times fast and tell me it's not difficult. Anyway, we're going to learn that by the Cult. And it's just a really fun one to play, great guitar lines in it. Most of them are just melodies that are played on the G string with kind of the D string droning underneath it. And it creates like a really cool sound. So we're going to go through all these sections of the song as they appear. So let's start here with this intro. We're in standard tuning. There's some delay, a little bit of flanger effect, which I don't have on my tone here. I'm not trying to really dial in the sound too much. We're just approximating here. But anyway, what he does there, he kind of uses the same melody notes, but he plays them a little differently. So this is the intro. All right, so we're going to start with the open D string. And then we're going to rotate between that and the melody note that'll happen on the G string. So the melody note's on the 14th fret, the first one. So open D, then the 14th fret on the G. Now we're always going to be hitting the open D unless I tell you. So let's just do the melody notes real quick. So that's 14, 12, 11, 7. One more time. 14, 12, 11, 7. Then just add the open D before each one. Now what we're going to do is we're going to hit the open D again. And then we're going to change it up a little bit. We're going to hammer on 5 to 7 on the G string twice. So we have this. So we have this. Actually, then you do it one more time. Then the open D finally again to the 7th fret on the G. So hear this. Then the open D and the 2nd fret on the G. So starting from here. All the way through. Then we come back up and start the melody notes just rotating against the open D again, and that's 14, 12, 16, 14. So let's just do that first. Then we have the open D, and we're going to do a couple more hammer-ons. So we have this. So what I did is I hammered on 3 times there between 12 and 14. Then the open D again, and then 14 on the G. Then the open D again, and this time you're going to hit the 15th fret on the B string to end it. So we have this. All right, now we get to what is probably the main riff of the song. Over this, we have a lot of overdubbed acoustic guitar strumming a big kind of a G power chord. So we'll take a look at that. Really kind of how he does it live. He does the main riff, and then as the song builds, he'll start adding that G at the end. So we'll kind of do it like that too. So the main riff sounds like this. All right, so we're once again just doing the open D string, now strumming them both together, not arpeggiated them, and you're just going to play the melody note, the melody on the G string. So let's just look at the G string notes real quick. All right, so that's 14, 12, 11. Now he's picking, some of them they're kind of picked more times. The thing is, it's just kind of just. kind of sing the melody, and you'll be able to, you know, get it the right timing the right way and stuff. So we have 14, 12, 11, and then at 12, 11, 7. And it hangs out on that 7 a little longer. So we have this. Then we go 5 to 7 to 2. Then we jump all the way up here. So all the way up to the 12th fret on the G string. 11, 7. All right, so now let me put that together with the open D string. All right, then you just repeat that. Now, if you want to do the G little overdubs, that happens at the very end of each riff. So to go. Something like that, but it sounds better to do the melody at first, and then we'll start adding that G in the verse sections. All right, now we get to the actual verse, which is a little bit easier to play and a little bit more laid back. It sounds like this. All right, so that is just the open D with the 7th fret on the G string. Keep it very kind of heavily palm muted and hit it nice and light. So I'm really kind of chugging on that open D, but so there's like 2 open Ds, and then you'll hit both strings together. Then change the melody note on the G string down to 5, then up to 12. Repeat. All right, then we get to this riff, which is, I can just kind of call it a transition riff, because it always really takes us back to the to the verse. It sounds like this. And then back. So that, once again, is just the open D with the G string melody, and those notes are 14, 16, 14, 12, 11, 12, 14, kind of starting over here, 16, 14, down to 12 again, then all the way down 11, 9, and then end it back at 12 real quick. So let me play that real quick for you, nice and slow. So kind of actually go down a little, timing of those last 3 notes. Just kind of go straight down through it instead of what I just did. All right, then we get back to the verse. And then he starts to build up, they start to build up the dynamics. And when they do that, they still play the same riff. This is where you can start adding that G. And then don't mute, really. So we have this. So that's pretty simple. Instead of having to go up to the 12th fret and do it, you just don't mute the riff. Let the notes ring out. The open D with the 7th fret on the G, then down to 5th fret on the G, and then this G power chord. Now this G power chord is basically just like a G major chord, but you remove the note on the A string. So you just mute the A string with the bottom of your middle finger there. Then we just have G's and D's, voice across, and a it creates a big open sounding power chord. And they kind of go up, down, up, down, down actually. And then a quick little down, up, and then you go back and stuff. All right, now we go through the same sections again. We get the main riff, the verse, the transition riff, and back to the verse again. Then we get to the solo. Now the solo, you've already learned most of the solo. The solo, it starts out the same as the intro of the song that we did. From there, he kicks the distortion back in again, and he does this to end the solo. Pretty much that. So we're just doing a quick melody now. 4, 14, 12, 11 on the G string, with obviously the open D ringing with it as well. Repeat that a few times, and then you're going to end on the hold the 11 there after like 4 times through. Maybe 5, and then start playing it again like 3 times, and then you jump back and grab that G. And then we get back to the same verse. All right, now, the only new section we have is really just the outro section where things changed up just a little bit. This starts at the 3-minute and 51-second mark, and this is what that sounds like. All right, we're going to stop there because there's a little overdub that comes in after that. So he probably wouldn't play it like I just did at the very end live. He'll go back and start playing that main riff, which is basically the first half of the intro. So now let's just look at this. So this, about the 3-minute, 51-second mark, we have the, just hit each one once. So I'm just playing the 14 with obviously always the open D with it. So 14 on the G, 12, 11, 7, and then we're going to do that hammer on twice this time, between 5 and 7. And then play 5 without the hammer on, 7, 2. So we have this. Then we're back to the normal main riff. And then here, when we get here, he adds this melody note at the end. 10 on the B to 8 on the B. And then on the recording, there's an overdub where one guitar stops here. You can play like a normal D if you want. But you also get those notes here, which is the open D, 7th fret on the G and the B. But at the same time when he hits this chord, he also has an overdub which starts this. But then it stops. So that's the beginning of the song, but you just stop at that point. All right, so how you'd probably want to do it live is it's just basically jump into that last melody instead of just kind of holding that chord, obviously. Unless you have a couple guitars and you can do both. All right, so hope you guys enjoyed it. It's a really fun song, and really melodic, so it's really cool when you get it underneath your fingers to kind of jam out on it. I'll see you again soon for guitarlessons365.com.